Comics Plus, what is going on? My name is Akasan. So here is another Honest Trailers reaction. This one's been highly requested of me, and people even in my DMs are just like, people I know personally are just like, yo, how come you haven't done the Honest Trailer thing yet? How come nobody's doing it? Are they afraid of the hate that they're gonna get? And I'm like, wait, what? People are like mad, and I'm hearing this, that people are like getting like so upset over this trailer, this Honest Trailer, for whatever reason, and then other reviewers or reactors are shying away from it because they don't want to have the hate. But you know how we do things here all the time, man. Contrary to popular belief, I don't have some sort of mad on about Zack Snyder or whatever. It just, the movie wasn't really for me. Zack Snyder's Justice League was exactly what it was supposed to be. It was Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the Snyder Cut was released, and the fans are happy, and they got what they need, and that's that. That's enough. Anyways, I'm gonna stop teasing this. Let's just go ahead and get into it, and let's see what Honest Trailers has to say about the Snyder Cut.
This episode is sponsored by Google Play with the help of Crash Bandicoot on the Run. From the director of the Justice League's trailer comes the film that rose from the ashes to redeem that burnt orange tire fire, transforming it from a movie that was 2 hours long and terrible to a movie that's 4 hours long and mediocre, proving once and for all, if you want to look great by comparison, just stand next to Joss Whedon. The Snyder Cut, for real this time. Prepare for a film that wouldn't exist without a powerful league uniting behind it, joining the internet's most devoted fans of targeted harassment, creatively bankrupt WB execs, a parent company who'd happily piss on the ashes of the last movie theater to sell more broadband, the writer who shouted out Rise of Skywalker, and a director who was already self-indulgent before he formatted a film for IMAX, knowing it would be released on a streaming service. I think he just liked how the bars added more darkness to every scene, right? That's free darkness right there, baby.
Free darkness, what? Alright.
Black suit up for an entirely different take on the theatrical release, except for its plot, setting, main characters, and themes, where, if you recall, a gray CGI monster covered in spikes wants to destroy the world, who's out to impress his gray CGI monster boss. But this time, follow in excruciating detail as this gray CGI monster reports his progress to his gray CGI monster boss's gray CGI monster executive assistant.
Decide. I call to thee.
I have found one of the three. The one that woke and called.
Let me make a plea to him that I may come home after I take
With the combined power of the two mother boxes, I've been able to finish.
I bring news before mighty Darkseid came.
Wow.
Protectors here.
Wow.
Lanterns.
The anti-life equation is carved.
That's actually pretty
into
good
the surface
editing to
of
make it
this
sound boring.
very world.
Wow. Yep.
Meanwhile, Batman is still assembling a team of heroes to protect the Earth, where they will work together to bring back Superman, and quickly prove that there's no point to a Justice League once you brought back Superman. Honestly, they have nothing to do besides stand in a neat little line together.
True. That's a good point. Shit.
Good job, team. Okay, Soups, take it from here.
Yep. It's terrible. He destroyed him, dude. Chris
With 2.5 Casablancas worth of runtime to fill, everyone's getting more character depth. Like Aquaman, who doesn't want to live under the sea, but doesn't want to be where the people are either, because the surface world is full of horny Bjorks. The Flash, who's ditched the awkward jokes
Dostoevsky.
for awkwardly touching his wiener next to Iris West. Batman, who has so little to offer the team, they give him and Alfred a little airplane to work on as a treat.
Best minds away in aerospace couldn't make it fly.
And Cyborg, where the change from Joss Whedon to Zack Snyder is most apparent.
The world.
Watch Ray Fisher shine as the emotional heart of the story and the heir to Batman's mantle of depression,
There you go.
who's lost his body, lost his parents, and might be the only college football star to risk losing his place on the team for academic violations.
That doesn't mean he can hack into our system to change his friends' grades.
You know this dude plays for Gotham U and they just beat a Big Ten program like Wisconsin? Not only does he get a pass for hacking grades, there's a 90% chance Bruce Wayne just bought him an Escalade. Prepare your anus for Snyder's trademark brand of muscular visual filmmaking, packed to the brim with honks allergic to their own shirts.
Somebody else mentioned that.
Here.
Yeah.
Boo! Boo that woman! Where every action scene got immeasurably better thanks to new additions like Amazon horse violence, Atlantean bloodbending, the
Nice.
gods of Olympus reminding Darkseid who's the daddy, extreme sesame seed close-ups, and heroes who take time to inspire the next generation before their victims' brains have even finished dripping down the walls.
Can I be like you someday?
You can be anything you want to be.
But man, at the risk of beating a dead Superman, this guy loves his
Slow
motion. I mean, come on. The Flash's super speed gets the same treatment as Lois Lane putting down a cup of coffee. Is her brain going back in time, or is she just extra sad about her husband?
Okay. Fair enough.
So gather round for the epic culmination of a mass movement built around the sincere belief that it wasn't enough for Zack Snyder to do whatever he wanted for 2 box office disappointments.
Yep.
It's not enough that grim superhero storytelling is basically its own genre now.
Yep.
No, this film had to exist in its purest form. Or rather, this film always existed in its purest form, and the $70 million Warner spent on it was for, snacks or something. But now that it's finally here, Snyder's biggest fans can finally lay down their arms and be satisfied that their hero's journey got a
Sure
proper
about that?
ending. Oh, come on!
Yep.
So wave as you pass by scenes that were clearly setting up multiple sequels, teasing fans with the ultimate fantasy of watching Darkseid and Superman take the rest of Earth to Pound Town, ensuring that every tweet, article, or public statement about Warner Brothers will get swarmed with a hashtag Restore the Snyderverse, something that will never, ever happen. Until DC's annual firing of the executives and the next ones make it happen. Bullying
There
remains
you go.
undefeated, y'all. Wait, it's still not over? That was a natural place to stop. Welcome entirely new additions like Martian Manhunter, whose appearance raises questions like, where the f has Martian Manhunter been? And how often has he hit the town disguised as Diane Lane? And Jared Leto's Joker finally sharing a scene with Ben Affleck's Batman. I mean, they clearly didn't film together, but you can imagine what it would be like if they finally shared a scene.
Who's gonna give you a reach around?
It would suck. Okay, this thing is way too long. I've been holding in pee since part 4. Can you just roll every time they say mother box? I'll be right back.
Mother box.
Mother boxes. Mother boxes. Mother boxes.
Mother box.
Mother boxes.
Mother boxes?
Mother boxes. Mother boxes. Mother box.
Mother boxes. Mother box.
Mother box.
Mother box. Mother box.
Mother box.
Mother box.
Mother box.
Mother box.
Mother-
Mother box. Mother box. Mother boxes. Mother box.
Mother box.
Mother box.
Mother box.
Mother boxes.
Oh, that's better. All right, time for starring.
All right.
Daddy Warbats,
I'm rich.
Wonder Woman, restorer of ancient art and antiquities. Never mind. It's not a phase, Mom. This is who I am now. Every high school
Wow.
needs an IT guy. Debbie Drowner,
I want to be left alone. This is a bad idea.
His father's dead because of us.
Quipsilver, Mr. T,
Put the water in first, so we don't scald the tea. That's probably enough tea. And then leave it to mash.
Big City Elegy. Put the spikes back on! Put the spikes back on! Is this movie rushing or dragging? It's dragging. Maybe this guy should stop working with robots. The Boar is Lava.
Oh, I
I'm made
got,
of
I
rocks,
just
as you
got
can
that.
see. I
Yeah.
don't let that intimidate you.
Martha Manhunter. The Living Joke. Mira's accent?
The firstborn of beloved Queen Atlanta.
You are the firstborn son of Queen Atlanta.
And your mama's box is so smelly, Steppenwolf can track it halfway across the globe.
You have been near a mother box. The scent is on you.
Oh! Justice League. Bigger, longer, and uncut.
Working on an ID sketch?
Where did they find that sketch artist? The leprechaun guy? This episode is sponsored by Google Play.
Shit.
Download Crash Bandicoot on the Run and discover more on Google Play now. Hey there, fellow travelers. I'm trying my best, Mom. I never actually said this sentence. Screen Junkies now has a synthetic approximation of my voice made from previous recordings.
Okay. Y'all, I'm just tired, I guess. I'm tired. Like, it was all right. It was all right. It wasn't even that funny anymore. I think it's just the content itself at this point. I'm just so tired. Like, I can't even make fun of it anymore because it's like, laugh about it. I mean, there were some good points in there though, but damn, dude. Damn. I think they actually went easy on it. I don't see what the big fuss is. I think they actually went easy on it. Their BVS, I think they're maybe one of the funniest ones was the BVS. But then at the same time, now that I think about it, back then, that's before Andy got fired, right? So like there was a whole amount of harder, edgier sort of comedy or whatever. But yeah, they did all right. Yeah, it's not as it's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be the way you guys were telling me. People are so upset about it or whatever. Then that makes it even more ridiculous that people got upset over this. This is exactly what Honest Trailers does. I mean, it's really wasn't that bad. Maybe they just got upset because they got called out for the fandom, the toxic behavior or whatever. But you know, they also made a good point about the fact that I'm like, look, when WB does its rounds of firing people, then it all changes again. Like, you know, both sides matter. Whatever. The honest truth. You know, let's do a reaction to High Top stuff. I might put that on the channel as well. I know he did a review and his stuff is pretty damn good about it as well. And he and I kind of see eye to eye on a lot of things. So we shall see. All right, Red Red Nation, stand up, speak up. Let me know what you guys think about this entire situation. If you love the Snyder Cut, good for you. If you didn't like it, I understand. You know, restore the Snyder Cut, the Snyderverse, whatevs. If AT&T, you know, let me put it this way. This will be my kind of final say on this until the next video comes up. If there's money to make, then AT&T will not shy away from it. It doesn't really matter how many retweets are going out there or how many tweets are going out there and all that other stuff. It doesn't matter how many times it gets tagged or whatever, the hashtags, all that. The bottom line is and it doesn't really matter like what the information we have versus what is going on. If there's money to make, they will continue to make it. Now, the thing is, streaming is just such a new advantageous sort of platform that, you know, there's no real way that we as just common people will know if there's a lot of money to be made here or not. You know, there may be actually a nice little area for Snyder's World to exist on HBO Max itself. But as I said before in the discussion, I'm like, you know, these actors, are they really going to be putting in what, 100 million, 200 million or something like that to get all these actors to come back? Do some of them even want to come back? And all this other situation, is that really going to pay off in the long run? Especially given the fact that HBO Max is not even worldwide the same way like Disney, you know, like Disney Plus. What are they putting in? They put 20 million into each episode of WandaVision or something like that, right? But at the same time, Disney Plus is accessible throughout the world. HBO Max is barely in certain countries right now, so that's something else to just keep in mind. Whatever. Just think about it. All right? Till next time.